number of albums over the years. Like most folk musicians, you work primarily on the live stage, but the last 2 or 3 years have revealed just how precarious that life is, haven't they? How have you coped?
Well, pre-pandemic, I'd had a funding crisis, shall we say, with my last band. The Wayward Band was a 12-piece, and we were 17 people on the road kind of thing, not cheap. I had given up all of my other work to devote to the Wayward Band, so but when the pandemic hit, I was just about to relaunch. I had 2 albums ready to go, and we were in rehearsal for the launch tour for Through That Sound My Secret Was Made Known, which is my last contemporary album, and also for Restitute, which is the album that I made to ameliorate the funding crisis. I made an album in my bedroom and I gave 100% of the profits to my band to try and help, so when we couldn't then do that tour, it was very frustrating. But then, first of all, the barriers thrown up by the government's complete inability to recognise that culture was even relevant, which is absurd. I mean, the British cultural life, that was very frustrating. Being ignored like that was outrageous, and of course we were already suffering the touring limitations of the dreaded B word from 2016. That the effects of that were already starting to be felt. So it was very, very disheartening. And of course, it's not just about the creatives, the actual people that stand on the stages, but it was about our support networks. That's all of the technicians, in-house staff in the venues, the promoters, our agents. Everybody was plunged into darkness. Then people started to die. People got very, very depressed. Second lockdown was awful. Third lockdown, it hit our community extremely difficult. It was extremely hard, and a lot of people gave up. And I'm not sure what happens next. I mean, we're all learning how to present our music in different ways. How do we do this as a cottage industry, as independent creatives? How do we do this?
Well, you actually launched an appeal on behalf of your people just to help out because they had no income.
Yeah, we hit the point where we were looking at selling our instruments, and my mum was very, very ill, and my dad was having to take care of her. I was having to take care of her. We were losing gigs, even the ones that were starting to come back. We were having to cancel them because she was dreadfully ill. I had to come back early from a recording session and to take care of her so that Dad could just, go and do a folk club gig. Mum was never, she didn't like putting our troubles out there. She didn't like people knowing that we were possibly struggling. The fact is that people think if you're well known that you're automatically wealthy, and the truth for us in the last 12 years since she came out of that coma has been very different from that. I'm a single mother. I was, until she passed away, a carer for my mum, and halfway through lockdown my dad also got sick, so I was taking care of both of them. Our agent just said, look, I'll write the thing, put it on your coffee page, and we'll start something. And oh my goodness, by the time, about a week before Mum died, I was able to tell her what was in the fund, the support that we'd received. I mean, it was 8 weeks of incredibly hard work managing it all.
It's just people sending fans.
Just fans sending support. We had support from the most wonderful and unexpected places. What was in the fund, and she looked at me and she said, "The children are safe."
Your mum died at the beginning of 2022, so a huge personal loss for you, Eliza, a musical loss as well.
Yeah, very much so. She's so missed. And me and my dad have started singing her songs again. It was weird because Waltzing in Carthy was a huge part of my growing up, and we haven't sung any of those songs for the last 12 years for obvious reasons. She wasn't able to. But but we didn't miss them until she was gone. And now we've started putting her songs back into our duo set, because my father and I are still touring as a duo now, and we've put some of those back. And I hear people singing when we announce, like, we're going to sing Bold Doherty or Midnight on the Water, or when first I came to Caledonia. But when I hear the audience singing back, and I'm her voice now, which is weird, I can hear her in there.
You do sound alike as well.
I know, but I can hear her in there, and it was difficult at first, but it's comforting now.
That's the power of music, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When first I came to Caledonia, and I got loading at number 3, and I got locked in with John Norman. He had a daughter with Mary.
How's your dad doing?
He's good, he's alright. He's lonely, he's 82 now, so 3 years off the road has more of a physical impact on an octogenarian than it does on someone my age. You know, so he's had to work very, very hard at getting his chops back. But he's still doing it, he's still on the road, he's still carrying his guitars everywhere, shows no sign of stopping.
And what about you, Eliza? I mean, as a working musician who hasn't been able to work, and as somebody who has been through such terrible loss recently as well, what's driving you on creatively?
I want to meet that me again. I miss that me, because that me actually knows how to do things. The me that's been in the pandemic has just mostly been working out how to wash pans, you know, work the dishwasher.
Maybe there's some songs in that, though.
Housewife me is not as much fun as being on stage me, and I miss the physicality of performance. I'm a very, very physical performer, and of course singing is flesh and muscle, and there's an intensity that